Hello, favoured. It's good to see you all again, or be seen. It's been a while. I've had a couple of broken bones and a couple of babies. In the meantime, it's kind of slowed progress on the ukulele front, but I'm very glad to be back playing. I'm going to kick straight in with a song, an old song, but an absolute classic that uses all our normal chords that we're quite familiar with, and the strumming pattern, down, down, up, down, up, that we're also quite familiar with too. The chords are quite familiar to us by now. We have a C chord, a minor chord, F, very much used G, the G7 which we've used once or twice, okay, similar to a G. We kind of change the triangle, invert the triangle. And the only new chord we have to this song that we haven't covered in the last 5 or 6 songs is a G6. The good news is it's very easy. If you can play G or G7, all you got to do is play the same chord at one less finger. Okay, so all you have is the second fret, the first, that's the bottom string, the first string and the third string on the second fret. Okay. Check out www.uke.ie for further information on playing chords using which fingers you put in. But as you see from the diagrams here, you should be able to see which number, finger, 1, 2, 3, 4 goes in which string. And believe me, it will be most useful to use that pattern, because that way you're going to use your fingers, move them less often. Okay? Now I'm going to run through the first verse, and all 5 verses have the exact same pattern of music. Okay? There's also a chorus, but you'll come to that. You'll see that when it goes. It's quite straightforward. Same strumming pattern throughout. Okay. I'm just going to kick straight into the lyrics on the very first strum on C chord. 1, 2, 3. I'm just a poor boy, though my stories. Then I go G, seldom, A minor, told. I have, and back to G, squandered my resistance for a G7, pocket full of, lift the finger, so keep make these 2 fingers here and move the third finger to G6, mumble such back to C, promises, all lies and jest, still the man hears what he wants to hear, sorry, all lies and A minor, jest, still the G man hears what he F wants to hear, and he disregards the, finishing on C, rest, G, G7, lift the finger for G6, and C. It's a lovely chord progression. From C, he disregards the rest. Okay, you will notice that in between verses I pause. Disregards the rest. When I left my home and my family, into the second verse. That's just a choice for me. You don't have to do it. You can play on. You can do something different. It just feels nice to me and sounds a little bit musical. Okay, it's maybe making up for my lack of other talents in that regard. Okay, that's your choice entirely. One other thing I will mention before I kick into the full song is that around the second line of each verse, what I tend to do is I vary the pressure on the strings. Okay, I'll play it for you briefly. First and second verse. I'm just a poor boy, though my story's seldom told. I've squandered my resistance for a pocket full of... So in that squandered my resistance, what I'm doing is I'm pressing down tight at each strum, but then I'm releasing the pressure on the chords. I'm kind of lifting my fingers up a teeny little bit off the strings in between each strum, and it kind of gives that kind of vibrating sound that emphasizes the strum and de-emphasizes in between. Play with it. I'm not sure if I've explained it correctly, but it's fun, and it seems to add a little bit of emphasis to that line. I'm just a poor boy, though my story's seldom told. I have squandered my resistance. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to play the song through. If you can, try and prioritize changing chords at the same time that I change chords. Obviously follow along the subtitles. The chords will be written over the words where you're supposed to change to that chord. That's the most important part. The sound of the chords, the strumming pattern, and your own vocals don't worry too much about them initially, they will come later. After a while, turn down the volume of my vocals so you can hear yourself better. But ultimately, turn me off and you play yourself, and I look forward to you getting much better than I ever could be. But for now, I'm going to play the song through, starting in the chord of C with a strumming pattern, down, down, up, down, up. 1, 2, 3. I am just a poor boy, though my story's seldom told. I've squandered my resistance for a pocket full of mumble, such are promises. All lies and jest till the man hears what he wants to hear, and he disregards the rest. When I left my home and my family, I was no more than a boy in the company of strangers, in the quiet of the railway station, running scared, laying low, seeking out the poorer quarters where the ragged people go, looking for the places only they would know. La la la, la 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 la. Asking only workmen's wages, I've come looking for a job to get no offers, just to come on from the whores on 7th Avenue. I do declare there were times when I was so lonesome, I took some comfort there. Then I'm laying out my winter clothes and wishing I was gone, going home, where the New York City winters aren't leading me, going home. In the clearing stands a boxer and a fighter by trade, and he carries a reminder of every glove that laid him down or cut him, till he cried out in his anger and his shame, I am leaving, but the fight is still remaining. La la la, la 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 la. La 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 la. That's about the best I can do at the moment. I really look forward to hearing your version. Alright? Thanks very much. Thanks for